Hi folks, welcome to or welcome back to Exposed, and if I'm welcoming you back and you like it here, I'd love it if you subbed and stayed. I've put it off long enough, haven't I? I'm going to have to do the new year, new me. Health, diet, fitness at 52. New year, new health goals. I do wish she'd stop showing pictures of uncooked meat. It's like, okay, fair enough, you're living on meat. Can you show it cooked? Fucking 2 slabs of God knows what on a plate. Anywho, are we ready? Shall we jump in? I don't know what volume I'm on. Shall we check?
Oh, hey guys, right. It's Lisa, and today
Wow, that's a bit loud. Shall we take it down to 60 and see how we go? And the door's open.
Ugh. I thought I would do the video that I've seen kind of going around, New Year, New Me, Health and Fitness and Diet Edition. I may do another one of these with some of my goals and my intentions. I guess that's the new...
Some of your goals are and intentions. Some of your goals are to use more handbags. That hardly warrants a video, Lisa.
Word for resolutions. I'm also going to update you on some things that I have changed with my diet. For those of you new here, I am carnivore. I always feel so weird saying that. I have eaten this way for almost 3 years now. May will be 3 years with absolutely no breaks. I kind of started this as an elimination diet. And that is just the best way to describe it. I tried to add in some things and it just didn't work out for me. Along the way, I felt so good that I've never really looked back. Every time I even think about, what if I stopped eating this way? What would happen? A couple of these things I'm going to mention snap me right back to my senses. I think the most major thing that I have changed, something that's kind of gone through ebbs and flows throughout this almost 3 years, and that is intermittent fasting. When you first start out with carnivore or keto or this elimination diet, I don't think that you should focus on intermittent fasting. I do think
there's a T in the middle of that, intermittent.
There is just a multitude of benefits that go with intermittent fasting, and I do think it is just the best thing for your body. But when you're adjusting to a new diet or to carnivore or keto even, I think it's most important for you to get a grip on that first.
There's more diets than carnivore and keto, you know, Lisa. The whole world doesn't revolve around just meat eaters or low carbers or whatever.
So I have done that completely. What happened to me is I got comfortable. I know what I like to eat. I love it. I feel good. You know, I feel unstoppable when it comes to my health. I just got my lab results. If you would like to see a video on that, let me know and we'll kind of go over that again. I, have just stayed basically at the same weight for all of these years. So I've kept off 30 pounds. I've fluctuated a little.
I thought you said it had nothing to do with the weight. It was about how your tummy felt. It was to cure the IBS, and the weight was just a bonus. We all know it's all about the weight. It's nothing to do with anything else. It's all purely about the weight. Otherwise, if it was just to organise her stomach, she wouldn't need to intermittent fast either, would she? That's purely for weight loss.
Bit, and I think that's probably normal because I went all the way down to 118, which was just too light for me. I'm 5'6" and I'm 52 years old. That was just a little bit too much, and I did not want to lose any more. And that lasted for about, I would say, a year or almost a year. And then when we moved to this house, I kind of went up to about 120. And then this has nothing to do with it, but I just remember the day we got new scales. We have the kind of scales that it has an app on your phone, and you can see like your body mass, weight, fat percentage, all of that good stuff. And when we got our new scale, I remember I weighed 122. So I don't know if the scale was different or if I just all of a sudden fluctuated to 122, and that is pretty much where I have stayed. I might have gone up to 123.
I do still weigh myself every morning. Why? Lisa, why? Why are you weighing yourself? It wasn't anything to do with the weight. It was to do with your tummy issues and your fatigue and your bone aches and all the rest of it. I can't remember the last time I weighed myself. Me doing keto's got nothing to do with the weight. It's to do with my type 2 diabetes. So, who's lying here, Lisa? Oh, it's not about the weight.
I think 124 at the highest, but like this morning, and most every morning, I'm right around 122. And that is, I think, a good weight for me. I don't think I need to lose anymore. I'm just kind of letting my body figure out where it wants to be, and it's kind of stayed right there. And matter of fact, when I just went to the doctor, he said my BMI was perfect, which I didn't even know that they looked at that. But I think when you get a little bit older, they start checking.
Really? You didn't think doctors checked your BMI? That's the first fucking thing they check, you moron. Lord help us.
Out different things. The reason I'm going back to intermittent fasting is because when I was eating eggs in the morning, my husband is retired and we're both home, and
Is he retired though, or is he back at work? Which is it? Is it dependent on which video we're making as to whether John's gone back to work or he's retired? Because I can't keep up. Anybody else know? Maybe I'll ask Brooke.
had gotten into a little bit of a habit of eating eggs and cheese, scrambled eggs and cheese. He would cook them on the grill in the morning. I always thought, well, it's eggs. And so I would eat the eggs, I think he'd do 4 eggs for me and a piece of cheese. Then it would get to be lunchtime. I wasn't really hungry, but your body is into these habits. So sometimes I would skip lunch, but most of the time I would go ahead and have lunch. Then it would be dinner time. What I noticed after time is eating that many times a day, I don't even think I gained weight. Maybe I'll go back down. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I'll go back down to 1. I don't know. We'll just have to see what happens. New year, new routine. We'll see what happens. I'll do a check-in maybe in my next carnivore video and let you know what's going on with this, because it will be interesting. I don't remember really gaining any weight, but what I do remember is the feeling I would have at night. When we would lay in the bed, I would, it sounds rude to say, but I would have to burp, and I would notice indigestion. I was thinking, what did I eat? I'm eating all the same things that I've been eating, and I just thought, gosh, maybe it's hormonal.
Hormonal burping. Who's ever heard of that? I need to Google that. Is there such a thing as hormonal burping? So you're going to stop eating eggs and cheese for breakfast because it makes you burp at night? Lisa, is there someone that looks after you? Hormonal burping.
I didn't even think much further than that. Then other things started happening that I felt like I wasn't feeling the true benefits that I felt in the beginning of carnivore. And one of those was sleep. I felt like I wasn't going to sleep quite as fast. I just didn't feel as yummy as I usually did when I got in the bed. And
what? What are you wittering on about, woman? I didn't feel as yummy as I usually did. What does that even fucking mean? Is that the same as your yummy fucking foundations? What? Lisa, as you settle into a diet, your body gets used to it. Things are going to be different at the beginning. How far in are we? God.
Just so cozy and just ready to go to bed. It was one of you that said in my last video, it was what I ate when we went to DC. You said I was eating entirely too much. That wasn't what carnivore was all about, and you might have mentioned.
What the frig? She was eating too much. Wow. She doesn't eat bugger all. How can she be eating too much? I dread to think what that woman's eating.
Intermittent fasting. I've gotten to the point where I don't really answer any angry or negative vibe comments back because I just feel like there's really no point. I don't want to argue with anyone.
You don't have to argue with anybody. Just say thank you for the comment. You just can't cope with anybody else having an opinion. If you don't want people to have an opinion on what you're eating, stop doing fucking videos on what you eat. There's a thought.
I am someone with definite opinions, but I don't put them on to other people, and I try to stay open-minded. So when you guys say something to me, I do think about it. So I thought about it, and my first answer would have been to you, when I'm out of town, I don't try to stay to a certain number of meals or intermittent fasting or anything. I just kind of eat when I have a good opportunity. Because when I'm out of town, I want to set myself up for success and keep myself from feeling like I'm starving, making a bad decision, which I would never cheat, but I don't know. I would rather eat a burger than the top of a pizza or something like that. You guys get what I'm saying. I try to keep.
I'd never cheat. Really? Wow. So if you ate the top of a pizza instead of a steak and shrimp, that would be cheating, would it? Wow.
From getting too hungry, so I make wise decisions, and I never want to inconvenience the person that I'm with or become grouchy or become desperate for something to eat. I try to just go with the flow and do the best that I can. I realize that it does seem like I might eat a lot when I'm out of town. That's
Really?
just the way I handle it, and it's worked for me so far. One night I was in the bed and I just didn't feel as good as I've always felt. And it hit me. I feel full. When you are doing the carnivore diet, it's not, you feel full and satisfied, but you don't feel overly full. You don't really have that stuffed, almost miserable feeling. And I was borderline starting to have that feeling. But then I thought to myself, what is it? I'm eating all the same things, and it dawned on me. I've been eating eggs and breakfast so much. I would say 4 to 5 times out of the week. So I started paying attention, and the nights that I felt that way, I had eaten the eggs and breakfast. So I said to John, I'm not gonna have any more eggs anymore. I appreciate you making them for me, but I'm gonna cut that out. I kind of explained to him how I felt, and he said, well, we can just cut down. Oh, I can cook you 2 eggs. I said, no, I really feel like I want to get back to where I was, where I didn't eat.
Where I didn't eat at all. Is this what she's telling people to do? Intermittent fast. Don't eat breakfast. Is she going to say don't eat lunch as well? Sorry, Davina McCall's on a treadmill on QVC and she's such a dopey mare. I love her. I love her to bits. She's bouncing around and pulling stupid faces. Right, back to Lisa.
Eat until lunch. I'm pretty strong. When I make up my mind, I'm just on it. So I never ate. I don't know if I've eaten breakfast since then, unless we're out of town. It helped so much in ways I did not even realize were kind of diminishing. I don't know, I just feel more ready to go, more motivated when I don't have that food on my stomach. It's a weird thing because I don't really feel hungry. It was kind of like a habit. And I kind of got out of that feeling of getting really authentically, truly hungry. Just genuine hunger. I had kind of like gotten out of that because I would eat breakfast when I wasn't really, really hungry. Then I would eat lunch when I wasn't really, really hungry. And then here comes dinner. And, I wasn't just really, really hungry. I was only a little bit hungry, and my body was telling me it was kind of like time to eat. This has been going on, I guess, since that person left me that comment. And night and day, I'm here to tell you, it is just so much better. I did feel good.
So much better to not eat breakfast and wait until you're starving before you eat anything. Okay. So when you get up in the morning and you're going to go for a run or whatever, not you personally, because we know you don't do that, how is somebody supposed to go out and do a run with no breakfast? And nothing when they come back either. They have to wait for lunch or dinner. Pardon me. But it's not about the weight, folks. Nope.
Good, still was thriving on carnivore, but it does make a difference when you do the intermittent fasting. Some days I do OMAD, which is 1 meal a day. And I don't really do this on purpose, but if you are busy, it's like some days lunch just doesn't really fit into my plans and I'm busy and I think about it, am I starving?
What are you actually busy doing, though? How busy are you? It's not like you're an Amazon employee running around like a blue-ass fly trying to get 9,000 parcels into a trolley in 35 seconds and down to be packaged and sent. What are you doing? Curious minds are wondering.
Am I really that hungry? Would I be better off just to wait until 4 or 5 o'clock? It works out. Like yesterday, I was really busy. I actually did not eat until about 6:30 at night, and that's because I wasn't home. I was out doing things. I think it depends on your time of going to bed, which is a new thing that I will let's segue into that, a schedule for your bedtime. My son is in his senior year at high school, and he has also been taking classes at the college, so he only has a 2-hour schedule. Used to, I would get up at 5:30 and I would do some of my work before I had to take him to school. Now he doesn't go until 12 o'clock, and I got a little bit slack. I've gotten where I have slipped getting up a little bit later, a little bit later, a little bit later. That will put off your whole eating schedule. I do so much better if I set the alarm, if I get up at 5:30 and I go to bed around 9 or 9:30. It makes my whole eating schedule better. It makes me more productive. I just feel better when I get up early, I get all my work done, I eat at 5 o'clock, and then I immediately go take a shower. If something puts my schedule off and I'm not taking a shower until 7 or 8 o'clock, then I don't feel like doing my hair. Then I don't feel like doing as much the next day. It's kind of like one of those things. So I would say,
yes. The main thing we're taking away from this is don't mess up Lisa's schedule. It's all about Lisa, isn't it? If you hadn't noticed that already. If you're new here, we're exposing the narcissist that is Lisa Duncan.
that would be number 1 and number 2. Intermittent fasting and sticking to a strict sleep schedule even when I don't have to. And I will say with that too, your lunchtime and when you eat will vary, because if you sleep late, of course you can go till 1 or 2 o'clock and have your lunch, but when you get up at 5:30, your lunchtime may go down. So you want to listen to your body, be kind to yourself, be your friend and your coach. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't expect to make this change overnight, and get on a little schedule that works for you. I'm still kind of working that out, In a perfect world, I would eat one meal a day at 3 o'clock. The only reason I don't is because I feel like that would take some sacrifices from my family, and I don't want to do that. I want to stay in somewhat of a schedule of eating with them, having our daily routine be the same, but in a perfect world, I would eat one meal a day at 3 o'clock, and I think I would love that. So maybe one day in the future I'll do that, but not right now. A couple of things.
Here's a thought. You could eat one meal a day at 3 o'clock and then go and sit with your family when they're having their meal and don't eat anything. Ergo, everything's how you want it and nothing's taken away from the family life. You're welcome.
Things that I have tried, some experiments, and I do recommend doing this even if you feel like your diet is a-okay. I enjoy a challenge. I enjoy challenging myself, and sometimes I'll even think to myself, what can I do just to see if I feel any different, just to see if I feel better doing this. And so I decided before Christmas to cut out all cheese, because a lot of times with carnivore, they recommend eating only hard cheeses like Parmesan and just really hard cheddars and stuff. And see, I eat whatever they put on a cheeseburger or white American or something like that. And they will say,
doesn't she make you laugh when she says, I want to challenge myself? Not I want to run a marathon, or I want to go and save, or what's the word? Raise $1,000 for charity or something. I want to give up cheese.
when I say they, I mean like Dr. Berg, Dr. Berry, doctors that I listen to and have really helped me this far in my journey. I kind of treat cheese as a dessert. So even though it doesn't have a lot of carbs, it has some, and it's probably just not the best thing when you're eating carnivore. I quit getting cheese on my burgers when I go out for lunch.
Oh, doesn't that look yummy? Is it just me? It doesn't even look cooked. Yuck.
Missed it. I really missed it. I felt like it did not taste as good, which, duh, it wouldn't. But I missed it even with it filling me up. I did not feel as satisfied, and it did not fill me up as long. But I did it anyway because I wanted to see if it made me feel better in any way. Did I even notice anything? And I did it for about a little over 2 weeks. Christmas came along and we had kind of like Italian night at our house for dinner. And so I ate just Meat Lover's pizza, just the top of it. So that broke my little no cheese era there. And I never noticed any difference, but I am trying to cut down. And I think not eating the eggs with the cheese is cutting down. I did go back to any burger that I have, even if my mom makes me a burger. I eat cheese on that because I just feel like, I enjoy it that way, and I still want to enjoy my food. It didn't make a difference, and I just kind of cut back on that. Another thing that I cut out, and I think I did this first, is ketchup. I always had ketchup on my cheeseburgers, and one day I was thinking, is there anything that I could cut out of my diet might make me feel better? And I thought about the ketchup at lunch or anytime I get a burger. I cut it out, and I have never missed it. Honestly, I have never missed it. I never looked back, so that's something else I'm doing.
Yay! Aren't you a good girl that you don't use ketchup? If you keep cutting things out, what are you actually going to eat? What are you going to sustain your body with? It's got nothing to do with health and her tummy issues. It's all about what it says on the scales every morning. Ridiculous. I do hope people aren't listening to this fucking drivel and thinking that's a great way to live. Eating one meal a day. Yes, people on keto do OMAD. But do you know what they have? They have a fucking meal. They don't have a fucking skinny bit of meat and a few shrimp. How's that going to sustain fucking anything? Madness.
I am still eating cheese, but I just don't have as much of it. And I feel great. I was thinking this morning when I did.
Oh, I feel great. Well, I'm fucking glad for you. But wait until all your bones have gone brittle and your teeth fall out and your hair falls out. Then what?
This video, you know, new year, new me, even my psyche and my goals and everything are so in connection with my health and fitness. I could not achieve the things that I want to achieve and the things that I have achieved if I did not feel as good as I do, mentally, physically, spiritually, just in every way. I just cannot express to you how much better you feel when you are proud of yourself for your accomplishments, just like how you eat. And
go fuck yourself. You always feel better when you're proud of your accomplishments. Do you know who watches you, Lisa? Do you have any idea of the broad range of people that might be tuning into this video that can't achieve anything, that are disabled, that for one reason or another? Oh, it's all down to your achievements. Now you're going to make people feel bad because they're not achieving things. So they're going to eat stupid like you to say they've achieved something.
And how that goes into every part of your life. If I don't just help you in any other way, and if you find that Mediterranean diet, keto, Nutrisystem, whatever else, you have to find what works for you and feel good about yourself. It just...
Because it's a diet. It's all about losing weight and then maintaining a weight. That's what you're saying. It's not a lifestyle choice. It's not what you're doing for the rest of your days to look after your body and to feel healthy. It's all about what the fucking weighing scale says. And you can say it isn't until your arse turns blue. And I don't fucking believe you. You're a lying witch. It's all to do with the scales. God forbid you'd get on it tomorrow and it'd say 125. The whole world had come to an end.
I just can't say it enough. So I'll leave it at that. I could get deep with that. But the next thing, and I would say
you get deep. Okay.
the biggest change that I want to make this year is I want to start walking. I have always been someone who loves to walk. I think it's since I was, I don't know, in high school, very early, I would go to the beach and I would walk the loop, which is just a big circle at the beach. And I think it's like, I don't know, is it 2.5 miles? I think it is. I have done that on and off my whole life. I love to walk. I don't love to run. I tried. I don't love it. And I don't think it's probably the best thing for me to do. Here is what has held me back from my walking routine these past few years. One is just plain old inconvenience. I don't want to get my hair sweaty and messy. I don't want to have to redo it, you know, things like that. So I have kind of worked out a hair washing schedule. Two, the weather not being perfect. Is it too cold? Is it too warm? And that's just something I am going to have to challenge myself with and get over it.
Challenge. It's such a challenge for her to go out when it's a bit too warm or a bit too cold. These are the things that she calls challenging herself. Walking in the weather.
3, I'm already at the weight that I want to be. So what I have told myself is I'm going to do it for my mental clarity. I do think getting out and walking and getting your blood going and just being out really does help you mentally. I want to do it to kind of...
And what if people can't get out? What are you saying to them people now? That they don't have mental clarity because they don't get out and walk like you're going to do, like you haven't done for years, but you're thinking about doing it now. So now you think it's really important that everybody does it because you're going to do it, when there's people who have been doing it all along. But it's different now that you've decided you're going to do it. Does she even think about what she's actually fucking saying before she says it?
Kind of get to know my neighbors. I noticed a few times that I have walked, just walking by people's houses, you get to say hello to them. You get to kind of get to know your neighborhood. We just moved here. Well, let's see, July will be 2 years, so about a year and a half. I want to get to know more of my neighbors. Up until now, it's like I get to know some of them just by walking by or at the pool. That's how I've met most people. And my neighbor that lives behind me loves to walk. So I would love to walk with her and spend that time with her. And nature. It's just the feminine part of me. I love beautiful things. When I see something
We're not going to go into that fucking feminine aura thing now, are we?
beautiful, like my cats or my plants or a sunset or the beach or anything, I love to share that with someone. And I think walking will help me with that, will help me just see those beautiful things that I love. I know the people down the street in the summer had beautiful banana plants in their backyard. And every time John and I would walk by there, walk into the pool, look over there, and I just loved it. I love palm trees. I love walking down there and just seeing the ocean, seeing the boats go by. There's just so much more to it. What I'm going to do is concentrate on the things that are most important to me and get a walking routine, not expect to just jump out there and do.
Concentrate on the things that are important to me. Isn't that what you do all day, every day, and have done for every day of your entire life? Tell me when things haven't been your way or the highway. It's always what you want to do, where you want to go. Wow.
Do it 5 days a week. I'm going to set, a pretty good schedule that goes with my lifestyle, and that's what I suggest. The only other thing I can think of that has really changed is, if you've been with me, you know that ribeyes are my favorite thing to eat. And I'm lucky that my husband will cook for me on the grill most nights. And we have a Blackstone grill. We love it, love it. It's gotten to the point where it's a little bit harder to get the thin ribeyes from Walmart. We get the Angus thin ribeyes. So what we've been doing is just getting the thick ones, and we cut those in half. It wouldn't seem like it would make a difference if you're eating a steak this big or two of them that are thin, but it really does. It makes them taste better. And I think there might be a little bit of a mental thing that you're getting more to eat. I feel like the fat doesn't taste as fat, which I love it, but just putting that out there for you, it might be something that helps. Yesterday, John went to Costco and he got a big pack of the ribeyes, and he did the same thing. He cut it in half, cut one of them in half, which helps on cost too, because they have been going up and up and up and up. And it was delicious. One of the best steaks I have had in so long. So I wanted to make sure I added that in for my friends.
What about the people out there that can't afford a steak? Even if it is cut in half.
Out there that love ribeyes, and if you're someone that wishes you could eat meat but you don't like it, if you will try a thinner steak, I think you might like it. So I just wanted.
If they don't like meat, why are they gonna like, whether it's fat or thin, it doesn't matter. If they don't like, it's like saying to me, oh, if you just cut the fish in half. No, I don't like it. It doesn't matter what fucking size it is.
To give you that little tip. My outfit of the day is,
we don't
I put
care.
My little microphone down here today, so it wasn't on me. I hope that the sound is good. But I've got on an older Anina Bing t-shirt that I cut up, and I like it better. Jenny Bird necklace. These, if you watched my closet video, my last closet clean out video, I'll put it up here. These are the Zara pants that went with that like tuxedo set. I love wearing all white. I always have. I love them. I love them. I'm so glad I did this. And they're size medium. And these are some shoes.
You're so glad you did what? Put them on? Yeah, that'd be an idea for the rest of the stuff hanging in your closet as well. Actually wear it.
Shoes that I bought years ago at the Nordstrom sale. I got them in black and pink. They're Cult Gaia. Cult Gaia makes comfortable shoes. Any heel that I wear from them is usually pretty comfortable. For earrings, I'm so glad I thought about this. These are the teeny tiny or something Huggies from Jenny Bird. I forgot I had these in. I took a shower with them and I never thought about it until I was putting my hair up in a towel. I felt them, I was like, oh, I left those in, I need to take them out. I slept in these and did not even realize it. So I wanted to tell you that because I think that they're gorgeous little earrings, but very, very comfortable. And my
Most people sleep in their earrings, Lisa.
Rolex watch, the ring that my parents gave me for Christmas, and my nails. Oh, I forgot how much I love this color. OPI Malaga wine.
Malaga! It's a place you fuck with.
And on your toes, it is just the best.
Oh, and thanks for explaining to me the toe thing. Oh God, I've forgotten your name. I'm sorry, but I get it now. They were saying that people liked bright colours on their toenails because it drew attention to the toenails and not the feet, because they didn't like their feet. And now it makes perfect sense to me. See, that's the one thing I do actually like about me is my feet. I like my feet. So I never had a problem with, I couldn't understand what it meant, why that, but now I get it. If you don't like your feet and you've got like bright pink or whatever on your toes, all the attention's on your toe and not your actual foot. So thanks for that. I learnt something yesterday.
Thank you guys for being here, and I will see you real soon. If you want to watch any of my other carnivore videos, I will put
No, we don't.
one right up here.
Oops. Well, thank you if you got to the end with me. Sorry, I'm eating a Bounty. I know, I'm naughty. And I will catch you in the next one.